100 million Americans take to the roads and skies. The holiday travel nightmare already unfolding. Planes stranded on the tarmac for hours. Back-to-back storms hitting in the west. Set to bring heavy rain and snow across the country. The ripple effect coast to coast. And the major concerns as the record weekend of travel now gets underway.
Global manhunt for this man, a suspect in that deadly terror attack at this German Christmas market, considered armed and dangerous. News that officials had been tracking him for months before he escaped. President-elect Trump calling the massacre disgraceful.
It's an attack on humanity, and it's got to be stopped.
Now security stepping up for major holiday celebrations here at home.
Caught on camera, the frightening moment of the semi swerves out of control on the highway, crossing several lanes. The drunk trucker falling out of the truck.
Get up on your feet here.
How officers managed to put the brakes on this dangerous drive.
And terrifying home invasion.
Hello, please. I need help.
A young girl home alone when burglars break in.
They're breaking into my house. Please come really quick.
Racing to hide in a closet, her quick thinking that helped police catch the suspects, and what the 911 dispatcher says she did right that helped her survive.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
Good morning, America. We were just figuring out it's
The math.
Christmas
Eve.
Yeah.
So Merry Christmas.
Eve. Right. We're a little excited about Santa's visit, and the big holiday travel weekend, though, is getting started on this Christmas Eve. Take a look at LAX. The line's already starting to cause a headache for travelers, and it's, of course, just going to probably get worse.
And look at this, guys. Last night, this is the tarmac. So many planes backed up there. A record 4.3 million people are expected to go through LAX. I gather they're not singing Christmas carols on those planes that are stuck there. More than 100 million Americans are hitting the roads, the skies, fighting the weather warnings this holiday weekend.
And speaking of weather, who covers weather? Ginger.
Nobody better.
covers weather like Ginger. Ginger, you've been covering both the storms sweeping across the west and the rest of the country. What's travel going to be like for everybody out there?
And that's the thing. You see video like that, and you just hear in your head, we're number 47 for takeoff. We're gonna, right? That's you're going to see a lot more of that. And weather's going to be a small part of it. We're already seeing rain in parts of Arizona. You can see Las Vegas this morning earlier, and Los Angeles rain. That rain impacting not only flights there, but of course that storm is going to move east. And then there'll be another one. That's why we see so many states in the west with these winter weather alerts. That bright green in the Dakotas is actually a blizzard watch. So there's a lot to get to here. 2 low pressure systems. The first will slide across the nation if you are traveling through Chicago Friday night. That's the first one I have to warn you about. That may impact you. It's late Friday, but still something to note. And then if you're traveling on the East Coast on Christmas Eve itself, most of it's rain along I-95, but you get inland where you go in some of the higher elevations in New England, and that's going to impact you. There's another storm I have to talk about. I'll come back with that in just a couple of moments.
Yeah. Don't you love it when they get you on the plane and then they tell you?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's get to David Curley. He's got more on this. He's at the United Airlines Command Center in Chicago, where they're tracking thousands of flights as that record holiday travel gets underway. Hey, David.
David, when you were sleeping, these folks are really busy with what you were talking about, the problems in L.A. This is United's Command Center, and they have been dealing with that L.A. problem all night. Larry here, who's in charge of the entire United network, tells me they've just about got the L.A. picture figured out. Overnight, the holiday travel rush leading to this mess. Hundreds of flights delayed at LAX.
We're on the tarmac for 2.5 hours.
Jets backed up on runways and tarmacs for hours, even after landing.
Our pilot was telling us that it would be like another 20 minutes. He hasn't seen so much airplanes on one track in a few years.
It was a perfect storm of weather, construction, and so many flyers, even backing up roads.
It's pretty nuts.
A busy night for centers like this.
Is that thing ready to go?
And it's these workers,
We have runway 11 for the overflow.
1,200 of them watching operations on computer screens.
Keep moving,
Trying to keep everything on time.
This room exists just to minimize that disruption. We'll try to reroute airplanes, reroute flight crews, develop flight plans that get away from the weather.
This time of year, it's all about the weather and more flyers. Today and tomorrow are the busiest Christmas air travel days. It's estimated nearly 5 million flyers will take to the skies to get home for the holidays.
We'll have Dulles take a look at it.
United share nearly 500,000 passengers each day, many of them far from frequent flyers.
But people are trying to get home for Christmas. Patience?
Patience is helpful. You know, about 75% of our passengers travel once a year. So we'll see a lot of those one-time-a-year travelers over the next couple of days.
And they are all traveling now. We are not at the airport. This is a skyscraper in downtown Chicago. That's the domestic side of United's operations. On the other side of the floor, international. But the most important board right now is this one right here, weather. And they are expecting some snow here in Chicago. It's really the factor that affects travel, the Christmas holiday. Amy?
Yeah, unfortunately, Mother Nature doesn't look like it's cooperating this time around. David, thanks so much. And now to overseas and the global manhunt for a suspect in that deadly attack on the Berlin Christmas market. German authorities are searching for a 24-year-old Tunisian migrant. There he is. He is on the loose, and they say he is considered armed and dangerous. ABC's Matt Gutman has been covering the very latest developments from Berlin. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Amy. German officials telling us they've launched 2 raids overnight, one of them against a refugee camp, trying to find the man suspected in that Christmas market attack behind me, but they made no arrests, meaning that dragnet across Europe is only intensifying.
This morning, it's the face seen across Europe. German officials putting out this Europe-wide APB, 24-year-old Anis Amri from Tunisia. The alert says he's known to use at least 6 aliases and have 3 different nationalities, and warns he's under urgent suspicion and could be armed and dangerous. Police say he's suspected of hijacking the semi-truck at this depot here, just a few miles from the Christmas market. The original truck driver, a Polish man, found dead in the cabin, seen here in CCTV footage just hours before the attack. That truck loaded with 50,000 pounds of steel bulldozing through the market, smashing stalls and crushing people, leaving at least 11 dead, over 20 people still hospitalized. Inside that cab, officials made a shocking discovery, a wallet found with Amri's ID inside. German officials saying he'd been on their radar for months because of suspected ties to radicals, which is why his asylum request was rejected earlier this year. Authorities now offering a more than $100,000 reward for information leading to Amri's capture, saying he's a suspect, but not necessarily the perpetrator of the Monday attack. ISIS is claiming responsibility for the carnage after sending out recent messages calling for supporters to use trucks to attack public gatherings. This morning, after a breakneck effort to patch it up, the Christmas market is back open.
The stalls here have been rebuilt. The crowds are back out. The only difference, these freshly cleaned pavings and the heightened security here.
But Germans still fearful.
Is this a new normal for Germany?
I hope not. But it might be.
Now we're learning that 2 Americans were among the wounded, and this is only going to increase the outrage about how Germany let this man out of their grasp. He had been under surveillance for months, but for some reason that was called off in September. He was last mentioned in intelligence bulletins in November. Amy?
And in fact, Matt, Germany actually tried to deport this man this past summer, but that didn't happen. Why?
That's right. They tried to deport him back in June, but they couldn't because he didn't have the right papers. So they allowed him to stay here in Berlin, and those papers finally allowing his deportation arrived yesterday. Amy.
Oh, horrible timing there. Okay, Matt Gutman, thank you. We appreciate it. And ABC's senior justice correspondent Pierre Thomas is in Washington with more on the manhunt and the threat here at home. Good morning, Pierre.
Good morning, Amy. German authorities clearly considered Amri a suspected Islamic radical before the attack. And I'm being told by sources that Germans shared some of this intelligence about Amri with U.S. national security officials. Of particular interest is whether Amri can be tied in any way to ISIS. There's an urgent investigation underway in Germany to determine if he was part of a cell or if he has a support network helping him hide right now. This is a tense moment for law enforcement worldwide, especially throughout the holiday season, with concern that so-called lone wolves or people inspired by ISIS might attack on short notice. Although no specific plot has been identified, everyone here is on alert, Amy.
And speaking to that, authorities here in the U.S. have actually put out a security bulletin. Tell us about that.
That's right. They just put out a bulletin laying out security concerns for the big celebrations in Times Square on New Year's Eve. Again, no specific threat has been identified, but this bulletin specifically mentions what just happened in Germany. It also states that terror attacks here at home and in Europe have, quote, heightened concern about similar attacks being replicated in the near term, end quote. Everyone is being vigilant. Case in point, Florida authorities and the FBI are investigating a Tampa man after he got into a violent confrontation with his parents and police. His parents had become suspicious about a weird smell coming from the residence. Authorities are checking to see if there are explosives, and the local sheriff specifically mentioned Germany as a reason to take no chances.
All right, Pierre, thank you so much for that update.
As you know, Amy, President-elect Donald Trump reacting to the tragedy in Berlin, calling it a, quote, act, an attack on humanity. As he briefly spoke with reporters outside his Florida estate, we're going to speak with Donald Trump's senior advisor, Kellyanne Conway, in a moment. Big news to break on that front. But first, ABC's Cecilia Vega is here with more on Trump's comments. Good morning, Cecilia.
David, good morning to you. An attack on humanity, and what's going on is, quote, terrible. That is the latest response from Donald Trump. It's clear where he stands on that attack in Germany. What's not so clear this morning is where he stands on that proposed plan to ban Muslims. President-elect Donald Trump emerging from the confines of his Mar-a-Lago estate, appearing before the cameras and addressing the terror attacks in Europe. His national security advisor, retired General Michael Flynn, behind him.
What's going on is terrible. We have intelligence here right now. What's going on is terrible.
But this was no press conference. Today marks 148 days since his last one. In fact, Trump took questions for all of 90 seconds. And even then, he did not answer when asked whether he is now reconsidering his proposed Muslim ban.
Hey, you know my plans all along, and I've been proven to be right, 100% correct. What's happening is disgraceful. Anyway, make sure everything's fine, folks. Nice to have you here.
And with that, it was over. But then, 3 hours later, Trump emerged once again. Before the cameras, a handshake with admirals and generals, and then questions about his meeting with the heads of Lockheed Martin and Boeing.
Trying to get costs down, costs. Primarily the F-35, we're trying to get the cost down. Because it's a program that is very, very expensive. It's a little bit of a dance. But we're going to get the cost down, and we're going to get it done beautifully.
This time, 58 seconds worth of questions, and then the president-elect went back inside. And this morning, President-elect Trump is close to having a full cabinet. He has just 2 slots left to fill agriculture and the VA. David.
Cecilia, great to have you with us this morning. Also great to have President-elect Donald Trump's senior advisor, Kellyanne Conway, back with us. Great to have you. And a new role just announced moments ago. You were going to serve as counselor to the president.
I am.
You'll be in the West Wing?
I will.
So let me ask you, you'll be counseling the president. Would you counsel him to have more press conferences? You're aware of the numbers here. 148 days without an official press conference, 44 days since the election, no press conference. And here's what you said about Hillary Clinton and her folks not having a press conference during the campaign.
And her supporters are protecting her by not letting her talk to the press. I'm happy to talk to you, but apparently she doesn't respect you the way we do. She won't even give you a press conference.
So what do you think? Do you think Americans have waited long enough to hear from their president-elect?
Well, I was always surprised when Hillary Clinton was running for president, David, that she didn't make herself more available to the press, but also to the public. She took 5 days off before the last debate. She was often at fundraisers and not out at rallies like Donald Trump always was with tens of thousands of people. So it was a very different strategy.
A rally is much different from a press conference.
Absolutely.
Where Americans can actually hear from their president-elect. George W. Bush spoke a couple of days after. Barack Obama 3 days after he was elected. We're at 44 days now.
Right, but let me say this. Donald Trump and Mike Pence have been forming their cabinet at rapid pace. So the record speed with which they've done their cabinet and their senior team is really something to behold. We're way ahead of schedule, even of George Herbert Walker Bush, who was a sitting vice president. So he's been very busy doing that. At the same time, we're about to announce our press secretary, our communications director, more of our senior communications team. This will be a traditional White House in the sense that you will have a great deal of press availability on a daily basis, and you'll have a president who continues to be engaged with the press.
Announce press secretary. You want to do it right here on GMA?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay, had to try. Listen, the president-elect did talk yesterday briefly at Mar-a-Lago, talking about the terror attack in Berlin. He was asked about the Muslim ban that had been proposed during the campaign. And you heard what he said in Cecilia's piece. He said, I've been proven to be right, 100% correct. So what does that mean as far as the registry is concerned, or some sort of a list?
The comment really went to the fact that he was immediately criticized and unfairly criticized when he presumed that these attacks in Germany and in Turkey had to do with ISIS. And then, of course, he is correct. And that's what he's saying. He's saying that he's the guy out there saying we need extreme vetting policies, that we need to have a better system vis-a-vis countries that train, harbor, and export terrorists. Because right now we have a very uncertain, very chaotic, very porous.
But has he backed away from the idea of a registry, Kellyanne?
Well, he said during the campaign, long after he had originally proposed that this would be more strictly tied to countries where we know they have a history of terrorism, and that this is not a complete ban.
You were on the campaign, obviously. You remember this well. Donald Trump often bashed Hillary Clinton for her ties to Wall Street. And as we've watched this cabinet formed and his choices within the White House, we've seen 3 former executives from Goldman Sachs who will have close proximity to the president. By one estimate, the net worth of the president-elect's cabinet is now at least $13 billion. 34 times greater than George W. Bush, 5 times greater than Barack Obama. Are you concerned that with the president-elect's message being about the forgotten people in America, that doesn't necessarily represent who they are?
No, the two are not related in this way. The people in the cabinet are very successful men and women who have been job creators and true American success stories, who are now bringing those skills to bear in the cabinet to help the forgotten man and forgotten woman. Many of them are the original American dream stories. And I would also say this, there's a difference in Hillary Clinton's relationship with Wall Street, where she's getting tens of millions of dollars in speeches, tens of millions of dollars of contributions for her foundation, even while she's sitting at the State Department, and Donald Trump tapping some of the greatest talents that we've seen on Wall Street to go and serve in his cabinet.
All right, just a few weeks till the inauguration, we had heard Andrea Bocelli, then we'd heard he's not going to be performing. Can you give us anyone on the list who will be?
I won't, but I can tell you that this is not the Academy Awards. It's the inauguration for the people, the way this has been the election for the people. This is the people's president.
Anyone lined up yet?
Yes.
All right.
Nobody put me in charge of the entertainment. I'm a little bit too geeky for that.
Congratulations on the new role, Kellyanne. I know you got 4 little ones waiting for Santa, so we'll let you go.
They are indeed. Thanks. I'm waiting for him this year.
All right. Thanks. You deserve it after this year. Okay. Michael?
All right. Thank you, David. Now let's switch gears to the new health concerns about Queen Elizabeth and her husband, Prince Philip. They've delayed their usual Christmas trip in our home at Buckingham Palace. Lama Hassan is there. And Lama, what is the latest?
Yeah, good morning to you, Michael. Well, this morning you can see the royal standard, that's the Queen's flag, flying high above Buckingham Palace, which can only mean one thing. The Queen and Prince Philip are still at Buckingham Palace today. Now, yesterday they were due to board a train to their Sandringham estate, as they do every year, to kick off 5 weeks of Christmas festivities and celebrate with other members of the royal family. Well, we now understand that they had to cancel and delay their trip at the very last minute because they were suffering from, quote, heavy colds. We understand this morning they are very keen to get to Sandringham as soon as possible, and of course as soon as they're feeling better. Michael.
And Lama, it seems like we've been seeing less of the Queen and Prince these days.
Yeah, absolutely, Michael. The Queen is 90 years old and Prince Philip is 95. And just this week, the Queen gave up 25 of her 600 patronages, handing over reins to other members of the royal family. That said, they are pretty active and they try to carry out as many engagements as they can. Michael.
All right. Well, thank you, Lama. And we're going to talk to you a little bit later about more of the royal news that's going on.
I've been watching The Crown, and I am so immersed in everything royal and Queen Elizabeth.
Top of my list as we head into
so
the holiday,
good.
right? That's what everyone keeps saying. We had this election this year. I haven't watched a thing.
Good time to catch up on everything. Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm watching Ginger every day, though, and so is America this morning.
My Netflix queue is also very long. Check this out, though. That low-pressure system, I promised you another storm, coming out of the Gulf of Alaska, now moving on land by Friday night. Could affect airports, say, San Francisco or Los Angeles, and certainly some of those snowier passes in the mountains. As it moves east on Christmas Day through the afternoon, Minneapolis or Rhinelander, Wisconsin, for example, could have that mix, maybe a sleet or freezing rain, depending on what end you're on. We're going to keep following that Christmas and holiday travel forecast, but first, we've got to get your local weather. Brought to you by Walmart.
Good morning. We're off to quite a warm start. Take a look at these temperatures found in the 40s, and we're only going up from here into this afternoon. Daytime high of 53 degrees. Lots of sunshine today, but it will be quite breezy, so making it feel a little bit cooler. As we prepare for the holiday weekend, some showers moving in Saturday morning through the early half of the afternoon. But by Sunday, things are looking clear and quiet. Lots of sunshine for Christmas Day with a high of 49.
As many visitors at Yellowstone when it's 0, but this is what Old Faithful looks like when it's 0. So you get that cloud coming
That's
off.
awesome.
It's beautiful,
Love
right?
looking at it
And
from the warmth of our studio.
now we don't have to.
Thanks, Ginger.
Sure.
Coming up next here on